All right. Yeah, let's do it.
What's up, guys? I'm James.
We're back.
This is Mark,
back.
baby. This is my half, and I'm the one chef, right?
One and a half chefs.
That's
We're
it.
One and a half chefs.
Today we're making a nice Mediterranean chicken dish with some spaghetti. Again, we're doing something that's quick, price friendly, and something when the neighbors come over, when you don't ask them to, they can eat too. You know, this way you're not worried about what you
Show us what you got. Show us
All
what
right.
you got.
So over here, we got some nice, beautiful cherry tomatoes, nice and red, halved. I got 5 cloves of garlic with a little oregano in there. I got my 1.5 pounds of chicken chopped. We are going to throw some seasoning on it. 1.5 onions. I got to cut the other half. I just wanted to show you guys a little easier technique if you don't know how to dice onions the right way. A little olive oil. And then in this beautiful plate here, we have our salt and pepper. I always tell people to go to taste. This is probably going to adjust. We are going to be using a little chicken broth in this dish, so I don't go too heavy with the salt for the fact that we don't want it to be salty. You know what I mean, Mark?
Okay. Yeah.
Oregano, parsley, pepper. We'll put everything, all the ingredients in the bottom, right? The whole recipe this way. We do have a cookbook coming out. Easy. It's going to be free. It's 10 recipes, easy and quick for the kids and for your family. Please download and like and follow.
So I think we're going to put that in the description.
Yes, sir.
So it'll the link and you could download it free.
Nice and easy.
Okay.
And you don't have to get too fancy. A lot of people, they're doing these cooking shows. They show you these nice. I love Cuisinart, right? That's what they're called. I'm not sponsored.
I always
We're
thought it was
sponsored.
I thought it was Cuisinart.
I don't know.
It's not Cuisinart?
I'm
Okay.
probably saying it wrong, but who knows? So let's get it together right now. I washed my bowl. We're gonna throw our chicken in there. Make sure your hands are clean. All right. So you got to season your chicken, guys, before you saute. All right. We're gonna throw everything in.
Wait, so you throw the seasoning in before you put like olive oil or anything?
Well, it's wet, right? The chicken has its own moisture. The only place I have olive oil right now, and let me turn this on, is in the pan. We want to get that nice and hot.
Okay.
I don't add too much olive oil because you don't want your dish to be, oily on top. There's going to be oil in it once we, from the pan and everything like that.
Okay.
But chicken's already wet. Look at it. It's just sticking. You
Yeah.
just want, number one thing is to make sure you get
massage the
Yeah,
chicken.
you got
Massage
to
it up.
cater to her. Like, when your wife wants you to rub her feet after a long day of doing nothing at home,
Tenderize.
you got to make sure you get it right.
Yeah.
So again, we're gonna come over here. Where's my soap? Where'd my soap go?
I don't know.
All right, it's in the sink. That's where we put it. Obviously, to have room for you guys.
A little soap in here?
No, I had some over there in the sink over there.
Okay.
So even my garbage can's on there. But anyway,
Everything's moved around.
so this is like a nice 15-minute dish that you can make at home. A lot of flavor. We did forget the other 2 main ingredients. We do have baby spinach. I still have it in the wrapper. With baby spinach, knowing that it shrinks, I try to eye it down. It's always the last thing I use, Mark.
What does eye it down mean?
So it's going to
Eyeball
shrink.
it?
Yeah, eyeball it.
Okay.
Different terminology.
I don't know.
You're
You're from New York. I'm from other places.
Exactly. We're learning. Even with the feta, I go little by little, just to make sure. You don't want too much. You don't want to be too overbearing, and at the same time, you don't want to not have enough. So I'm going to leave this to the side while this pan heats up. I have the pan on a medium heat right now, Mark.
All right.
We're going to dice our onion with our, how do you say it? Cuisinart?
Cuisinart.
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 All right. So, knife skills are all about just being careful.
I've never seen anybody cut like that. So you were cutting.
I cut sideways?
Horizontal, sideways.
Yeah.
Who taught you that? Is that
Oh man,
culinary stuff?
So I never went to culinary school, Mark. My dad taught me how to cook. My cousin went to culinary school. He went to CIA, and I fed off of him, and I just learned. A lot of the Italian food I learned is from these 2 guys that have a place in Brooklyn. They taught me a lot of the Italian cooking and a lot of recipes.
And they cooked like a ninja,
Oh, yeah,
cut it up like
some
this?
of these chefs are awesome, dude. I have decent knife skills. I would rate myself like a 7.5, 8.
Okay.
But do you guys see some of these? They don't look. They're sitting there talking to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Full conversations, and they still have all their fingers, which I feel is cool. Now,
I'm probably not going to have all my fingers by the time this show's over.
Mark's learning. He's learning, and he's willing to learn. And that's the key with cooking.
Observer.
So, look, you're learning new things now to make at home. And a lot of people don't know how to cook at home, Mark, right? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So, and they don't know the tricks. You got these guys on, with, like I said, this fancy shit. This is all normal household stuff. I don't have any fancy pans or anything like that. But the key to sauteing is very important. Sauteing is that's how you put everything together. But a lot of people just rush the dish. You don't have to rush it. Chicken's gonna cook when it's gonna cook. I mean, you gotta, your chicken should have some type of coloring to it. That's how you know it's seasoned correctly.
So what does sauteing mean? Is that the pan or is it something else?
Well, you're cooking everything in the pan step by step, right? So you're bringing it all together. So
Okay.
saute, like if you cook something in the oven, you're baking it. This is cooked from the outside
Okay.
first. Let's get it going.
Okay.
Let's see that. Another second.
So what you're waiting for what to happen?
I want more of a sizzle. It's decent, but it's not where I need it to be. I need a little bit more out of it, and that's for.
All right, we're going for the sizzle. Okay.
You want the sizzle. You want the temp. You don't want to boil it. Last thing you want to do is boil your chicken. It's going to boil at the end because you're going to put all your sauces on
So why'd you only put one in there?
to test it out.
Oh.
Now I'm going with the rest
So
of the
that's the
dish.
sacrifice one, or
Nah,
maybe a little more cooked, or just a few seconds?
Few seconds.
Okay, so what you're doing here? Are you spreading this all out? So
Oh
it's
yeah, I want it to
even?
get even. So
Okay.
we throw it in one push, so we don't have to, dirty too many dishes and too many spoons. But that's it. You spread it out. Now, anytime you put chicken in a pan or anything, it looks like more than it is because it's going to start to shrink down, right?
Yeah.
Just like anything else. It's like when we go in the pool, Mark. Get a little
I
shrink.
don't know about you. I know. I don't go in those cold pools.
But at the end of the day, this is just the basics. So
Okay.
now we do have our onion here. We do have our garlic, which while we're letting that go, I give my garlic a little smack. Nothing crazy. Quick dice.
That's mincing, right? When
Yeah.
it's small like that.
Yeah, I mean, some people like slices. I like thin slices too. You don't really have to go too thin. Everybody has their preference. Certain dishes, garlic is. Have you ever had garlic when it's like cooked all the way through and it has that darkness to it, or no? It has like that sweet candy flavor.
I don't know.
Oh,
Honestly, I use garlic powder. I know it sounds terrible. Or like I'm eating something and I'm like, oh, that's got a lot of garlic. But
Yeah.
I never see the process. I don't see mincing or cutting. I don't
it's-
see how much garlic you should put in a dish this size.
So this is about 4 or 5 cloves. I mean, some of the cloves are a little smaller, so I did about 5. So we got to do it one day. My favorite thing to do in a good like pasta and oil dish, garlic and oil, is to get the pasta to where it's a nice light brown, and then throw the pasta in so you get that nice char to it, and it's so sweet. It's like candy. It's beautiful, man.
So how come you put all that seasoning on there and then you still got the garlic here and the onions? Are you waiting for something before adding
So
it?
that's part of the saute process.
Okay.
So this is all going to cook faster than the chicken, right?
All right.
So once I do my next turn, I'm going to throw the onions in, then the tomato, and then the garlic at the end. Because you never want to burn the garlic in a saute dish because then, again, you can have that bittery flavor.
Okay.
So with this, once it starts to get a little more color, because we don't want to crowd the pan too. If you crowd the pan, how is everything going to cook? It's not going to cook even enough.
So I notice you've got boiling water here.
That's for
You-
our pasta.
Okay, and you like to start that, it's already going, so
It's
you can
already
just throw
going.
it in?
It has salt in it already.
Okay.
This pasta, so I'm a huge fan of Barilla.
Show them the pasta.
I'm a huge fan of Barilla, but for some reason, this Harris Teeter spaghetti cooks just as good. 7-minute cook time to 8-minute cook time. It doesn't fall apart like some of these other cheap brands. So they had 5 boxes for $5. Like again, we're not trying to lose quality. If this was garbage, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't care to have more of an expensive dish. But at the end of the day, I got 1 pound of pasta for $1. This is going to last us 2 days. Even with all of us having dinner at the table tonight, this is going to last us 2 days. For 2 days, I'm going to have this dish, and six breasts of chicken was $17. So we used 3. So let's just say $8, $9, a $13 dish to feed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people twice. That's 10 dishes.
Okay. Yeah, so you're definitely saving money and eating good.
Yeah,
You could definitely do these, all these dishes are going to be available on the e-cookbook, so people can either play back our videos on YouTube or they can just download it. Some people are visual. I'm a visual learner. Some people are reading. They got to read to learn stuff, right?
See, but I'm like you. I'm like visual. Even anything that we're doing, if I'm learning something around the house, I have to see it. And the best thing to do is actually do this, what we're doing here. So you're getting this learning experience that we do offer too, and that's another thing that we offer. We offer cooking classes. We can do it online. if you need to learn and walk you through it, or you can come down to one of our segments and, you know, our little studio sessions that we have, and we come in and teach people. And what we're learning is the middle age, like us, we're in our 40s, that didn't get to learn too much, and now they're starting to see they got kids and this and that, and it affects your pocket. And also, people are becoming more health conscious now. They want to know what's in their food, what they're eating. See, all right, so you see that nice little color we got real quick, guys? It's halfway cooked on one side. On the other, it's not. We're going to throw our onions in now.
And how many onions did you put in?
That was 1.5.
1.5 onions.
Yeah,
okay.
I leave a little bit just in case. If I feel like it's not, we can saute it up. I always do that. I cut a little bit more. It's my thing. Now, in a couple of minutes, we're going to hit it with a little oil, because we didn't put that much oil in.
What kind of oil do you like using?
So I love olive oil, but I have 2 brands that I like. I love this Greek one that's Athenia. And then over here we use the, I'll tell you right now,
Show it to him.
the Robust Bombay.
Is that extra virgin or?
That's extra virgin.
Extra virgin.
We're not getting any money from these guys, but we're being honest with you guys, because this is everyday stuff that you guys have in your regular household. Let's be honest. So now, Mark, what we want to do is we want to get these onions translucent. You know?
That means see-through.
Yeah. Then you're going to start. Thank you, Mark. Then we're going to, you know, start adding everything else. Now, that's another reason that, you know, Mark has been a big help to me. He's teaching me, you know, the
well,
definitions.
you're teaching them and you're teaching me.
Yeah.
So everybody's learning.
That's it.
And maybe you wouldn't think to ask.
No,
you know, you're a pro chef. You don't think, you're just going to cook. You're not going to ask questions because you know the answers.
Exactly. You're right. So this is all put together for the people, man, because it's you want to lose weight, we can teach you dishes that you can lose weight. And that's not a problem. We have that book coming out too. Now, Mark's already started his eating regimen and going to the gym and trying this thing out, because it needed to be a proven thing. So because he started before filming, I'm going to start doing now some of these recipes, and we do have that dietitian book. And guys, we're not expensive on our recipes. We you know, we're fair. Everything we do is fair. But I promise you, with what you learn from what we're showing you, forget these Instagram things, forget all this the garbage that's fake, and, you know, these people selling you these ooh.
Tuck that in.
People selling you these ebooks that are false, and, you know, we're trying to give you guys the real deal. Now we're adding the tomatoes and garlic now, because you see the chicken's almost through and through. All right, now we're gonna add a little more olive oil.
So what's this dish called?
So this is chicken Mediterranean. I learned this dish, how old was I when I learned this? So I had an obsession with tomatoes and feta and bread. And it was like my favorite thing to eat when I went to Greece when I was 17 years old. And then I went to, it was actually at, where the hell? A place in the airport. I can't remember the name. It was so many years ago. But this was on the dish, and it was easy, and I liked it. And one day I cooked it for Tara, and she was like, yo, we need to eat this. And it's light, and the number one thing for Tara is it's healthy. Look what's in there. It's olive oil, onions, tomatoes, chicken. It's all protein. It's healthy. Once we put the pasta in, things change a little bit, but it's delicious. It's full of flavor. Now,
so are you adding feta, or?
I'm not going to add the spinach or the feta till we get more saute going on. We want to bring these tomatoes down to where they're soft, and then we're going to add our chicken stock, and then we're going to put this on a low simmer, and we're going to let it all cook together. And then from there, we're gonna make it one dish.
I see a little in this corner. Looks a little more raw.
Yeah,
a little pink in there. There we go. There we go.
See,
I don't like that salmonella in my chicken.
Oh, you won't. We still got another 15 minutes of cook time. We're gonna boil it through after now. So,
do you cover your stuff, or do you like it open?
So I am gonna cover this dish.
Okay.
Once we get everything else in it. So.
Does cover? Is that for like the cooking to seal in the flavor?
It does cook through. It helps cook the inside of
Okay.
something. But that's what's so important about sauteing. Sauteing is the color first,
Yeah.
the halfway through, and then you're gonna cover it and finish it through. But if you're making a regular pasta dish, you're sauteing as well. Like, what people don't know is when you're making a pasta and butter, if you use a little bit of the pasta water, it makes it creamy. It's not just that butter floating around. You actually get a nice creamy
okay.
pasta. And
So when do you add the pasta? How do you know when to add the pasta?
So once we get all the ingredients in, that's our last 8 minutes. That's when we're going to add the pasta. And by the time the pasta's done, this chicken's done. So we know where we're at. So we're about, what, 4-minute cook time right now?
I think it's a little longer.
Maybe a little longer.
We'll check in when I do the editing.
We could have did this in the oven as one whole dish if we had orzo. So when you have this dish goes great with orzo, but I forgot to get orzo, so I got the thin spaghetti. But you throw half a cup of orzo in there with a cup and a half of this, and you just throw it in the oven, and you can just cook it all like that, 20 minutes, and you don't even have to saute. You can literally make this a one-stop dish where you just throw everything in the pan, throw it in the oven, call it a day.
Gotcha.
And take it out and easy.
What's this for?
So that's going to be our extra juice. So this dish does ask for white wine. It sweetens it up, but sometimes the white wine bothers me. And since I'm eating this tonight, I'm not putting it in there. Sorry, guys. You know, it's the white wine's good, but for some reason, I can't even drink anything these days.
So this is stock.
Yeah, that's chicken stock.
What is stock?
It's basically broth. It's like the bones and.
It just sits and it like
yeah, you let it cook.
Permeates or something.
Mm-hmm, you let it cook with onions, this and that. You cook it. If you want to make a nice chicken broth, if you take the bones and the fat and everything, and you let it cook for hours and skim all the bullshit over, dude, you can make a great soup. So you see now, the tomatoes are whisking down. They're whisking away. All right, that's our. All right, we're gonna add our. That's the call for the juice now. I'm gonna eyeball it, but it's usually about a cup and a half. If it opens. Oh yeah, nice and fresh.
Triple clip.
It didn't open. There you go. So if you eyeball it, 1, 2, 3 for me is a cup and a half. All right. Now we're gonna drop it down to a 3. I'm gonna get my lid. All right. And boom. And now,
there we go.
In 2 minutes, we're gonna throw in our feta, our spinach, and our pasta.
Okay.
We're gonna get going.
All right. Can you overcook pasta? Is that a thing?
You can. If it looks like mashed potatoes, you're done.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, I mean, they come with cooking times. The better the pasta, what I found out, the longer it cooks, except for fresh pasta. Fresh pasta is always about 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. But the Checo and Barilla, which are my 2 favorites, and like I said, this has been growing on me. It's not just the price. It's actually, it doesn't break down. 6 to 7 minutes, you have a nice al dente. Some people like it a little softer, but it's going to cook in there too. So we're going to end up throwing that together.
Do you like to crack your pasta, or are you?
No, I'm not a cracker.
You're not. Okay.
I mean, leave that one alone.
We got trying to be a PG station.
Yeah, I got you.
I know we use some swear words. We got to cut them out. We got to be
Did I use swear
family
words?
friendly. Sometimes we say the S word.
Did I?
Yeah,
I
a
just
couple
wanna know.
times.
I didn't catch it.
We got to get better at that, right?
See,
We got to
that's
be
what-
YouTube friendly for the.
That's what happens when you're from New York. You don't realize when you're cursing. I'm serious.
Yeah, no,
Sometimes I'm sitting there and my wife says it all the time. She's like, you know, cleaning up while you go along makes cooking easier. That's another reason why people don't.
Let
like
me know
to
what
cook.
I can do. I'm an observer, but if I can help with anything.
Mark, you're going to be the taste tester in a minute.
It's the easiest job.
Yeah,
job.
no, so what we're going to do for you, Mark, is you're going to tell me what I need to add. So we're going to go off your taste buds because everybody has a different salt and pepper taste bud.
Detuned
So
taste buds,
and that's why I told everybody salt and pepper is to taste. So we're going to let Mark salt and pepper this dish once we get moving. So he's going to taste it. We're going to take out a tasting spoon. You're not a real chef if you don't taste your food. You have to taste your food, especially when it comes to sauteed dishes.
Okay.
Because you can ruin them
switching.
if you don't cook them in time. So, we're not ready for you yet. Sorry, Mark. Dancing around. Dancing on the freeway. Is that how it goes?
I don't know.
Oh, look. So, I only salted this. I like to play with it a little bit to give it so it doesn't stick together and we have that awkward pasta. Now, don't fail me now. Let me put a little timer on here. I'm going to say 6 more minutes. And we'll just check it and we'll strain it.
Okay.
Do we have the strainers out? Oh, no. All right. So we're going to set this up right here. All right. So we're going to add first the spinach. We're going to let it cook for 2 more minutes. And then we're going to have Mark do his thing, Mark. Now, this is part of learning.
Do you add olive oil, salt to the pasta, or just boiled water?
Just boil. It's a waste. If you put it's okay. Some people say,
That's
oh,
a
it
lot
helps.
of basil.
Basil.
That's spinach?
Spinach.
That's a lot. You
This
guys
is-
gotta. I hope we're capturing this. This is a salad in here.
You're not gonna see this.
We're seeing it on the camera.
In about 2 minutes, you're not gonna see it anymore.
No, but I'm saying, like, I think most people would be shocked how much spinach you added in
Well,
here.
yeah, you want your dish to, have some flavor. You know? All right. So yeah, we're gonna cover this now. So these are my utensils that I use once all the raw shit's out the way and we don't have to worry about anything. Because that.
Do you mean raw stuff, James?
Oh my God, I did do it. I do it a lot. Oh my God. So once this raw.
Do you mean gosh?
Oh.
Do you mean gee willikers?
I'm trying to figure it out, Mark. I'm trying to figure. I will do better.
No, we'll get this squared away. Or there's going to be a lot of beeps. A lot of beeps coming in.
I mean, are you not allowed to curse on the internet anymore?
I think if one day you want to get monetized, like one day,
Yeah.
that's probably a billion years from now, but they, I don't think they allow it when you swear.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like everything I watch, there's always somebody cursing.
Well,
Oh shit!
I could be wrong. What's in there?
A big mistake. I threw the raw stuff onto our clean strainer. Now we need a new strainer.
Oh, good catch.
Yeah, I'm very concerned with touching
Should I
raw
move
things.
this?
Yeah, this is good.
Okay.
That's fine. It's not gonna. I'm
Okay.
gonna hold it up. You got to be careful with that. That was a little because the way we're working,
catch.
we're trying to figure this out. I ended up throwing raw chicken inside my strainer, so we got a new strainer out. We moved that to the side, and this way nobody gets sick. Now, let's look to see what's happening.
So this is salmonella, basically, is what you're concerned with?
Yeah, of course. You don't want to get sick.
Well, I didn't know what other sicknesses that we could be catching here. E. coli, is that a thing, or?
No, that's more Taco Bell's thing. But
Oh, now we're hating on other. Taco Bell is a great company. If they want to,
I actually love Taco Bell.
They're wonderful.
Are you a big taco eater? 'Cause I think.
I'll eat tacos.
Do you remember that day?
I got to go light on the cheese.
No, we're not gonna do cheese. Remember that cabbage salsa we made that day? I think that's
Okay.
something. That's another quick meal with
Okay.
a lot of flavor and very cheap to make. So I think
But we can do cheese stuff. We just gotta. I'll
Limit
do
it for Mark.
a light bite. I'll just go a light bite on it. I like it a little bit.
So
How
another.
can you? That's like a little surgical tool, huh?
Well, yeah, this is so when you're a professional, you use these to plate. So this is how you make your nest. Have you ever seen a nest?
I don't
Spaghetti?
even know.
Oh, we're gonna make a nest for you. I'm actually gonna have
A
you
nest
make the
tonight?
nest
Tonight?
Yeah, you're gonna plate. I'm gonna make one plate. You're gonna make the other plate, and you're gonna make a nest.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna teach you how to nest today.
All
So
right.
not only is Mark learning this dish, he's gonna learn how to nest. Oh, look. Where's all that the spinach you were talking about, Mark?
Yeah, it's going squishy squish.
Yeah. She said, "Say goodbye."
I hope the camera's catching that real nice squishy,
All right.
squishy spinach.
In about 2 more minutes, what we're gonna do is you're gonna do a taste test. So I'm gonna get a nice little plate out from over here. I'm gonna put.
Look at this, guys. You come to this restaurant, you're getting the finest. The finest China.
Finest.
Finest China in town.
Look, so these are our tasting spoons, right? Like we said, a good chef always tastes. You're gonna take the taste, you're gonna throw it in the sink. I'm gonna take the taste, and then we're gonna adjust. Because 100% we're gonna need something. It could be a little bay leaf. Sometimes a little bay leaf will change the whole flavor of the dish. That's all on preference.
I don't see you using hot pads or anything. Are you burning yourself when you touching all this metal?
I'm not touching anything hot. No, there's nothing.
This isn't hot right here?
Yeah, but no. See, again, this is Cuisinart. This is beautiful.
Oh, so you're actually a big Cuisinart nut. You're a Cuisinart.
I refuse to
Cuisinart.
pay. I refuse to pay all this money.
Are you nesting right now?
No, I'm making sure it's cooked all the way. 'Cause I got a timer, but I just want to
That
make
quickly, huh? I swear I let my pasta go forever when I make it.
another 2 minutes. And because it's salted already, it's perfect. You wait till you try it. I'm going to take
So
the
it's
next one out.
pre-salted in the
water.
box.
Now.
Okay.
Mark, taste the sauce. Mix it around.
Time to get a sauce in
Mix it around. Now,
here.
remember, this is light and healthy.
I don't think any cameras can see us.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Turn around and let them see you take the sip. Take the pinky out, Mark. Pinky out.
Am I blowing right now?
If
Or
you don't want to get
sucking?
burnt.
Oh, that's very good.
Let me see.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Oh, that flavor is good.
That's very good.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We got to be, this is only our second episode, so we got to be more camera aware You know, we've got cameras over here. We've got cameras over here.
We're learning.
And sometimes, our backs are turned. And I know you're going to watch this and you're going to say, oh, we couldn't see with the camera. We're going to try our best. We really want to teach you guys. We know that there's cameras over here we can talk to. We know we're seeing our hands on this one, but hopefully it all comes out.
How'd you feel about that, honestly?
It was very good.
Now,
I am being surprised constantly with all this stuff.
Now, if we want to make it creamier, we can throw a little butter in it at the end. But now, because that's almost ready, it's time for the star of the show.
Oh, secret feta.
So, you see what I told you earlier about the salt content? We don't want that's the
Ultimate
pasta being
salt.
ready. So,
Ooh.
I just use my hands on this one. They're clean. Oh, yeah. Now, we're going to throw a little bit more in. A nice little scoop. And now, the pasta is going to cook in here too.
What's this called again?
Chicken Mediterranean.
Oh, I think I've had that in places. I didn't. You don't realize how much effort and how much. I mean, this is a lot of steps for a regular Joe like me.
I mean, is it though? We did 4 ingredients.
I don't think it's not something that someone watching this could easily recreate, but it's a little more love. I'm gonna say it's a little more love. It's involved in the cooking.
Yes.
And love is good.
It is good.
Love is good. So do you hose it or you don't?
No,
you don't water?
No.
Oh, okay. I always
This
wash it.
This is the last 2 minutes of the cooking time. Watch.
Oh, you're putting it back in.
I'm putting it back in.
So is that bad? Is that bad when you hose it?
You shouldn't hose it off. But now look, real
Okay.
quick, this plate is clean. Before we start mixing it in, I want you to taste that. Let's get a little fork out for you and just taste the pasta so you can see the flavor and eat it in front of the people, Mark, while I mix this all together.
Pro fork right here.
Stop hating on my forks, bro. So, Mark, is it cooked enough? Because right now, it's going to get the rest of its cooking time.
It's very well cooked, tasty cooked, and it went down nicely. I taste a little salt.
Not overly powerful.
No, but it's very nice. James doesn't know, but I actually cooked for a lunch today. I cooked a spaghetti bolognese.
Okay.
And
great dish.
But I'm using Prego sauce, and I'm throwing some hamburger in there, and some olive oil.
But that's what we're going to change from you. You're not going to
And
have
then
to use that anymore.
I used some, generic pasta. And my pasta did not taste that good.
It's the salt in this, it's what you salt it. Now,
I never thought to look for that.
I did do one mistake just now, but we're going to fix it with a little butter.
What's that?
I was supposed to put some pasta water in here to get it thick.
Pasta water?
Yeah, pasta water from the starch makes your
Oh.
sauce a little thicker, so you don't have to use a butter.
Oh.
But again, we're also cooking it in here a little bit too, so maybe we'll be lucky. So I don't want to ruin it with the butter. And not saying butter's going to ruin it. That's absolutely, butter makes things creamier. And bakers, they have a rule. BBB, bring back the butter. In baking, my uncle was a baker, and he's a professional baker. And he would travel all around. True story. And sometimes, and I have his recipes, but I can't read his handwriting. He passed away a couple of months ago. And dude, some of the best things you've ever eaten have come from him. Now we're gonna nest in a second. I am gonna throw a little butter in it. I think I am gonna take the risk. If you want to make it a little unhealthy, you do that. But this does not need it. The flavor's there. Everything's there. I'm doing it just for the creaminess. Now you could add grated cheese to this or not. If you want to, it does go very well with the feta because it's a different salt content, Mark. But let's just.
So you had a pizza place in New York, but would you cook dishes? This is a fancy dish. You would cook this at a pizza joint, or?
Oh yeah, I had.
So this was on the menu.
This was on the menu, and I have another one with sun-dried tomatoes that was on the menu. I put 2. We don't need 3.
So when you have a big restaurant, do they order and then you cook it like that, or do you make like a big thing and you let it simmer?
You cook it like that, but remember, it's quicker because it's not the same amount of quantity. And you're also working on BTUs, right? The amount of gas that's coming out is a lot faster. So when you're doing a saute, that's 1 chicken breast that you're using.
Okay.
And that's 4 that we just used.
So you're doing So you're doing smaller portions, pre-portion,
But
and you're
everything else
able
is
to-
chopped. So all the onions
Yep.
are chopped ready.
Because
The
you have
garlic-
little sections.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everything in a good restaurant, P&L reports and diagrams on
I
how
think that
to,
means profit loss.
yeah, and recipes are key. Like if you don't have recipes for your employees, how do I know that Joe Schmo is going to make it the same as Marky Mark? I don't know that, right? So you have to be aware. Oh, Mark, this is coming out. So now the last minute, I all the way, full blast heat. This whole
Why?
time I've been cooking on medium heat.
Why?
Because now the starches are going to start to bubble up. When I take that cover off, you're going to see bubbling around the side, and that's when we're going to take these tongs and we're going to start flipping it in to get our thickness.
So I actually waited tables at like a seafood joint way back in the day.
You see this?
But I would just grab it from them and bring it to the people.
So look what we're doing, Mark, real quick. We're flipping in. We're flipping in. We're going from the side and we're flipping in. And that's it. This dish is ready to be plated. So now,
it's to the side. Okay.
all right, well,
you don't just keep it on low. You bring it to the side. Okay.
I put it to the side, but this is
I'm nesting.
This is what you're going to do. So I'm going to show you. We're going to start with an easy nest.
Okay, you're grabbing it.
Yeah, you're just twisting it.
Twirling it.
Yeah, twirling it. Or you can get one of these. All right, push it in here. All right, pull up. And this is going to be your first nest. So this is what you're going to do. All
I
right.
think I've done this before.
Okay, well, you're going to put it down. All right, let's see. We're going to nest the rest of it in here. You're going to.
Is that just for presentation?
Yeah, that's for look.
Okay.
Nest. And then you can pick through or scoop a piece of chicken there, piece of chicken there. It's falling apart now, but you get the drift. All right, Mark, let's see you nest.
Okay.
Let me get you another plate,
All right.
and then we'll dress it.
Let me nest right here.
Okay.
Can I shift it and nest
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here?
yeah.
I
However
want to
you-
make sure the camera's getting
However
it real
you want to
good.
nest.
Okay.
Here's your plate.
I'm gonna scoopy scoop.
Yep. Start twisting it in and pulling up so whatever's not supposed to be there falls out.
Oh, I'm
gonna
not
throw-
nesting good.
Yeah, you will.
So
You're overthinking it. There you go. Now pull up and keep turning as you're pulling
how do
up.
you turn? There we go. Oh.
See? Now pull up a little bit more. See all those juices, how creamy they look?
Should I drop it?
Mark, you're looking great. Just keep spinning while you're on the plate. And now let it fall on the plate. Now push down with your spoon on the nose. Push it down and open those little by little to get. Look at that nest. Look at
Oh,
that
the
nest.
birds would be proud.
Now we're gonna top it with a little juice. Hold on, we can't let it go without its juice. All right, oops. All right, now put that in the video, Mark. Now, get a nice shot of it, the front camera, side camera, whichever one. Now, Mark, you gotta
All
you
the
gotta try it.
cameras.
You gotta bon appetit
Okay.
it. Let me
Let
get you a real fork.
The wives are gonna like this.
Yeah, it's
We're
healthy.
gonna bring this. We're gonna bring this over when we wrap this up. We're gonna bring the food over, and they're
Chicken
gonna be treated.
Mediterranean. Took us about 15, 20 minutes. Sauteed it. Lots of flavor. Very easy dish. And cost effective. What do you think? Are you going to give it a Mark's thumbs up? Because this is the review. Mark is the reviewer.
Should be over here.
You're perfect right there. No, tell me what you think, though.
I got a blow on it.
When you take that bite, I want you to give me a real rating. I want these people to have the truth. We're not hiding anything here. We make a mistake, we make a mistake.
No, this is very good.
How's the
Very
flavor?
good. I'm impressed, James.
All right, see?
I thought you were just a pizza guy.
I
You're
know a
more
little
than
bit of
that.
everything.
More
a little
than
bit of
that.
everything. But, guys, we thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Mark,
Great.
you're always great to have over. Till the next one, guys. Thank you so
All right.
much.
All right. Bye.
How was that? Seriously.
Very good. Very good.